All right, let's get into it because a lot of y'all been definitely asking me, Coach, what's your thoughts on the Canelo Crawford? First of all, I got to tip my hat off to both of the gentlemen. You know, anybody that's willing to get in that ring, you know, I always got to show them their respect, you know what I mean? Because it takes a lot to do that. You know, not a lot of people are willing to put that work in, stay consistent, stay disciplined, things of that nature. So shout out to both of them. You know, it's also amazing that they made it out safely, right? So that's the biggest thing that I want to say, first of all. But let's really get into it. You know, from the beginning, just great work on both sides, first of all. You know what I mean? They both had a game plan. We already know, you know, big Canelo, you know, he's going to try to impose his will, you know, apply that pressure. Honestly, guys, you know, I'm loyal. So, you know, Viva Mexico, cabrones. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was rocking with, you know, Canelo, big Canelo. Honestly, Terence surprised me. You know, I did not expect him to get busy like that. You know, his IQ, you know, wow. You know, it was unbelievable. It was a lot of things that, you know, for instance, first of all, that jab was just unbelievable. You know, it was impeccable. I would have loved to see Canelo add his in more. But it was impeccable. I actually have a quick story. Like, I got some great work recently, you know, from somebody, you know, a young champion, you know, with over 150 fights, you know, so shout out to him. I appreciate you for the work. But he taught me that lesson. You know, little homie taught me that lesson. You know, that jab is, when they really say that jab gonna take you all around the world, it's definitely gonna take you all around the world. So the jab was just amazing, right? And also, you know, one thing that I loved about Terence Crawford, you know, he didn't have a problem, get on his bike, keep spinning, you know, things of that nature, keeping his distance. You know, I love that type of work. One of the major things that really impressed me was how, when they were on the inside, how Crawford, a lot of people don't want to be on the inside with Canelo. Of course not. Look at the people he's hurt. You know, he breaks, you know, eye sockets, arm muscles, all type of stuff, right? This guy literally, Terence Crawford was inside, catching the shots and boom, catch a shot, boom, send one back, catch a shot, boom. Wow, I loved it, you know, so very proud of this guy, man. Like I said, I learned a lot, you know. It kind of looked like the sparring match I had the Friday before this fight. I was kind of moving like Canelo, you know. I was trying to impose my will, you know, although I was aware that the champion, he had 150 fights. He was very good. He had crazy IQ, you know, shout out to him. So I respected his game. So I wasn't really trying to get off too many shots. I was more being defensive. But, you know, that jab could have been there. You know, the young champ, you know, he was Terence Crawford. I was Canelo in that one, you know, so I learned a lot. So, you know, respect to anybody who gets in there, man. You know, shout out to you guys. It's just a blessing to be a part of, you know, martial arts and things of that nature. Martial arts saved my life. So you guys already know what it is. You know, my students, you guys always asking me, Coach, come on, what was your thoughts? So I'm about to tap back in. You already know, Coach's Camp. Let's get it.